So we're moving on to the handle. I have not done anything to clean up this handle yet, and it's going to need a good cleaning. Obviously, the rest of the machine is so shiny. You can see that the old C-clips here on the pins have rusted inside here, and if you can on the outside, if you can look on the inside, we've got rust on the inside. This is just steel that's coated with it's chromed, and so it doesn't really it's not protected very well. I can take off this handle, which is nice, so I can clean all this up. So this is what the handle looks like. I'm going to get in here and do some cleaning. I'm not going to use any kind of chemical on this, but I do want to get all the coffee and everything out of here. I'm not going to use, I'll use soap and water and let it soak a little bit. And then I'll clean this up with, hopefully this white Scotch-Brite will be plenty good on here. I use this on my stainless steel on my boat. Look at that, it cleans it up really nicely. And so we've got some nice pins from Tudor that I really like a lot that we're putting on this machine, and so it's going to clean up this area a lot. And then I'll do the same thing on the back side. So taking rust off and everything, you don't need really aggressive manners or things. And then on the inside of here, we will lube this up when we're finished before we put it on, and it just needs to get cleaned up. I could take my Dremel inside here. I might do that. I'll just see if I can get enough of this stuff off on the inside. I think it's going to come here plenty good. So we'll get things cleaned up here nice and good, and get this all ready to go back together. So soap and water did do quite a bit of good to get off some of the stuff, the big stuff, but it's amazing how much stuff is really left down inside these grooves. I'm using a knife now that's not very sharp to try to loosen them all up. I'm probably going to take this off another time and see if I can get out more stuff. You can see there's still more stuff inside of here. It's kind of hard to get it all off, and I didn't want to use anything besides, this is really just dirt. I don't think this is coffee at this point. I think it's just from people's hands over time. So you can see a lot of the stuff falls out. Get it all over the place right now. I kind of marked myself a little arrow so I would know where I'd started, so that, because once you start spinning these things, everything looks the same. You can't figure out what you've done, what you haven't done hardly, except what's clean. But then everything, I'm gonna have to use a brush in here somehow and get most of the stuff out of here again. So for now, it's done. I was able to use my white Scotch-Brite here to clean everything off as good as it needs to be. I will use some people may dispute this, but I will use a little bit of lubricant, this Molykote, on the threads here, because what happens over time, I can't get this thing off of here right now. I can't get this handle off the portafilter. That's because it's all rusted in here. I'd have to break this off to get it all cleaned up. And so I'm putting just a small amount of lubricant. I'll rely on pressure so that when this goes back on, it won't rust up in there. So that's just more of a rust preventative than anything else. Okay, so the handle's on. The best of us I'm going to get for right now. And so the next steps are fairly simple, but they're exciting. So if you may notice, the handle has two holes in it on each side. One's middle and one's on the lower part. The lower hole goes in the front, obviously, and then it also goes down, because you want to be able to press as much as you can, press the water out of the brew chamber as you can. So this basically just slides up in place like this. But before we get there, we have to make sure that the back of this group is cleaned out. It shouldn't have any rust in it. Again, there shouldn't be rust in here, but there will be because of the pin that was there. Oh, I should have pulled those out. Show you the pins that were here. Can do a little comparison. I'll be right back.